Okay, so today I want to talk to us about dimensions, text, labels, tags, all of these additional information that we add on a drawing to explain what the drawing is actually saying. Because you know that drawing is a language, right? Who doesn't know that? But yeah, adding these on your drawing can be sometimes challenging and problematic, where you have, like for instance, some dimensions looking like this, where you have some looking bigger, some that are smaller in between, or it is so small that you have to zoom all the way in. I know that many of us face this one, where you try to add a dimension and it's so big that you have to zoom all the way out to see the dimension itself. This is ridiculous. And so today in this video, I'm going to show you how to fix this, how to do it so that your drawing can look beautiful. So if that is something you want to learn, then stay tuned. All right. So at the end of this lesson, I want you to have a better understanding of dimensions, annotation, objects, units, and how mastering these areas will make for a better, neater, nicer, cleaner, more professional looking drawing. Yes. So I've decided to break this video into 2 parts because I really want to break it down. I really want to break it apart so that you can understand everything that there is to understand, so you can really digest what you're about to learn. All right. Now, for those of you who can remember back in the days when we used to draw on paper, some people still are, but we are kind of phasing out of that. But one of the main stress points of traditional technical drawing was penmanship, how you actually write. Drawing is one thing, but you have to be able to write properly. All right. You had to have one font size, one font style across all your sheets. And so guess what? The same principle applies when you are drawing on CAD. Okay. Take for example this drawing here. By the way, you can download this sheet in the description if you need it for reference purposes. All right. So as you can see, I have 4 drawings on here. 3 different scales, 1 in 10, 1 in 1, and 1 in 50. But if you look across all 3 drawings, all my font or text or labels are the same font style, the same font size, and it just makes everything look neat and more professional. My titles have the same size as well, so everything just looks beautiful. And this is very important in order to achieve a professional looking drawing. All right. Now, the weird part about this is that if I should go back into the model space, all right, so we'll go back over to model space. So if you look, check this out. We have some dimensions here that are much bigger than these that are down here, which I did the corner window right here. Also have the elevation there, but also I have this very tiny drawing that I just randomly threw in here, and it is at a scale of 1 in 1, and it is so small, yet still when I go to my paper space, everything is looking perfect. All right, I'm going to show you how to do all of this coming up right now. So what we're going to do now is to start a new drawing, which is what you would do. So when you start a new drawing, there are some steps that I usually follow in order to achieve a professional looking drawing. All right, so I'm going to break these down into 5 steps. But before we get into those, there are some things that I don't want you to do when you start to draw, and those would be to not make adjustments to your annotation elements here. Please do not make any adjustment to these as yet. These will be done in step 5 when we need to add annotation to our drawing, because one of the mistakes that we tend to make is to start messing with these settings without fully understanding them. Anywho, leave that for later. So the first thing you want to do, as we see there, is to set our units. If you're not sure how to do this, I have a video linked below or in the cards above that will help you to understand how to set your units. All right, and this is important because it will affect your annotations later on. So you need to get this part correct. The second step is to set your limits. To be honest with you, I never really use the limit command, but if you wish to set limits, this is where you would go ahead and do so. Step 3 would be to make some adjustments to our status bar, and this is our status bar down here. So I'm going to show you what adjustment I'm talking about. Right here is where we have our annotation scale stuff. This part of the status bar will become very important when you're doing annotations. All right, so we're going to pay a lot of attention to this, but right now what I want you to do is to just turn off all of these. Turn them off, especially this one with the lightning. Make sure it is turned off. As a matter of fact, after you turn it off, get rid of it. So go here and we're going to click on auto scale and just hide it completely because you don't want to mess with that. I hate that thing. So the next thing you're going to do is to just set your scale to the scale that you will be doing that drawing in. Okay, so let's say it is a 1 in 50 scale, or if it is a 1 in 1 scale, you would go ahead and select whichever scale. So I'm going to select 1 in 50 and I'm going to leave it right there. The other thing you could just go ahead and do, or what I usually do, is to just turn these off, especially this one. This is a no-no. This one you can leave it. This controls the grid in the background. I like it sometimes, so I'll just leave it there for now. I'm going to leave that on. These two I will be using intermittently. You know, when I need them, I'll turn them on, and I'll leave these on as well. And I'm going to click on this drop down and make sure that all of these are checked. Yeah, so that would be all for that. Then we're going to now move over to step 4, which is to do your drawing. I'm going to go ahead and produce a drawing here. Okay, so here's the drawing that I did, which is a tiny guardhouse with a nice gable roof and some corner windows, a door, and a concrete slab floor. So I'm gonna drop this drawing in the description, the CAD file, that is, for those of you who want to follow along and would like to have this drawing as well. You can only use it though with AutoCAD 2018 and upwards, because I drew it in AutoCAD 2020. So bear that in mind when you download this. So we're gonna go to the plan view. All right, top 2D wireframe. So this is the drawing, and this is what you would do in step 4. You draw up everything without adding any dimensions, no form of text, labels, callouts. That's because you normally add those at the end of your drawing, not in the middle, certainly not at the beginning. So you just go ahead, do your drawing, make sure everything is correct, make sure the window size, everything. I mean, later on you might want to change something, but that's fine. All right, just make sure you capture as much as possible. All right, and then we would move to step 5, which is to add annotation objects. Now I'm gonna stop this video right here, and then I'll show you all about that in the next video. So click on the link and watch the next video. All right, so thank you for watching, and please click the link right there. Click the link up on the side there. Yeah, I think so, whichever. Yeah, on that side, click the link.